Well, guys, we're back on this global pandemic treaty that I've covered before because it's still creeping up on us, with most people just not paying attention to it, all while the media do their best to ignore it, keeping everyone distracted with nonsense as per usual. But something I have noticed is the fact that not a single MP in Parliament is calling out the insanity of it or trying to stop it. I guess clearly showing any who didn't know that these people are puppets and they don't represent you. At the end of the day, these globalist scumbags are so corrupt they make criminals look innocent, so it's not really surprising, is it? But I feel it needs to be called out, especially when European MEPs have the balls to do it. Well, she don't literally have the balls, but Christine Anderson said this while our MPs are all radio silent.
Dear colleagues, you might not be aware, but the abolition of democracy by the global elites continues. On March 3rd, the EU Commission was authorized by the Council to renegotiate the treaty with the World Health Organization on behalf of the member states. Under the guise of improving global pandemic response, the plan is to allow the WHO to seize executive governance powers of the member states in a case of a pandemic. Granting governance powers to non-elected body is the exact opposite of democratic recourse and takes away any possibility for the people to hold officials accountable. This amounts to no less than disenfranchising the people. We, as elected representatives by the people, for the people, must not allow this to happen. I am imploring you, do what you were elected to do. Look into this and protect the rights of the people you were elected by to act in their best interest. And to all the people in Europe, I would like to say, start acting now. Write to your MEPs. Let them know you will not tolerate to be stripped of your rights to democratic recourse. Let them know that any MEP supporting this or voting for this will not ever get your vote again.
Yes, this global pandemic treaty will give the WHO, an unelected body, the power to dictate laws in 194 countries, including the UK, literally whenever they decide there's a pandemic. This is not only completely demented, it should actually be criminal for any government to do, and even more so after people voted for Brexit. The public, for instance, didn't vote for any of this tripe and literally never would. This is why they're trying to sneak it in while attention is focused elsewhere. But just on the basis of Brexit and taking back control of our laws from Brussels, this is the ultimate piss take, obviously alongside the never-ending stream of boat wankers entering this country. This also means that 17.4 million people voted to stop the EU controlling our laws, only to be secretly dragged into a situation where the WHO control our laws through this new pandemic treaty, and Boris even admitted this in March.
We are refreshing our biosecurity strategy to protect the UK against natural zoonosis and accidental laboratory leaks, as well as the potential for biological threats emanating from state and non-state actors. And building on the 5-point plan I set out at the UN and the agreements reached at the UK's G7 last year, we are working with our international partners on future pandemic preparedness, including through a new pandemic treaty, an effective early warning system or global pandemic radar, and a mission to make safe and effective diagnostics, therapeutics and vaccines available within the first 100 days of a future pandemic threat being identified. And we will be hosting a global pandemic preparedness summit next month.
So there you have it, announced in Parliament with not a single Brexiteer MP calling out the fact this is actually worse than being in the EU. But as I said the other day, the pandemic treaty allows MPs to shift blame away from them if policies cost lives like lockdown did. And of course the WHO will implement its own lockdowns if this goes through, which I expect it bloody will. We do live in the illusion of democracy after all. Now yes, people can contact their MPs and sign a petition currently active against it, but it likely won't help much as nothing else ever does. In fact, I would actually say at this point contact MPs and sign the petition because it's better than doing nothing, and contacting MPs does actually have its uses. Their responses can quickly tell us just what sort of scumbag they are and can even tell us which are in the globalist pockets doing their bidding. Anyway guys, share this around because people need to know what's going on and start fighting back against it. But for now I'm going to love you and leave you there, so remember to let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Subscribe if you ain't already and I'll see you in the next one I hope.